Hi, everybody, and welcome into the Cougars Sports Network as we get ready for softball action in the Western States Conference South, the LA Mission College Eagles and your College of the Canyons Cougars. Happy to have you along. I'm Matt Robinson. Good to see you here today on a cold and windy Tuesday afternoon here in Santa Clarita. Maybe a threat of rain, hopefully not. Either way, we'll bring you a softball game today between COC and LA Mission, as we said, Western States Conference South action. As the Cougars on a roll here early on this year. You look at the record, it's 5-1 so far this season for College of the Canyons. They've won 4 in a row. The offense maybe hasn't been as good as the Cougars had hoped and expected coming into the year, but the pitching has been stellar, and they'll send Lexi Angulo to the mound once again today to try and shut down the Mission College offense. Mission will send the lineup out like this today. Abby Curtis will lead off and play left field. Then Lily Stell will bat second and play third base. Jasmine Villegas, the first baseman in the 3 spot. Eliza Flores, the right fielder in the 4 spot, excuse me. Lizbeth Mora batting 5th at EP. Deja Ruiz, the center fielder, batting 6th. Cristabel Alvarado behind the plate, batting 7th. Savannah Miller playing shortstop, batting 8th. And Joanna Jimenez, the second baseman, batting 9th, as they will face Lexi Angulo. As we said, getting the start here today. Angulo in 3 starts is perfect so far this year, 3-0. 19 innings pitched, has given up 17 hits, 6 runs, but just 4 earned. The ERA 1.47 this year. She's walked 5 and struck out 5, and she has given up a home run. As the Cougars defensively will stack out like this. It'll be Valerie Ramirez at first, Alyssa Silva at second, Memory Munoz playing shortstop, Lily Bagat at third, then Brianne Tall, Ashlyn Heck, and Julia Fuentes from left to right in the outfield, with Gigi Garcia behind the dish doing the catching today, working as the battery along with Angulo, as Abby Curtis will step in. To lead things off for Mission College. Curtis this year hitting .556 out of the leadoff spot, 10 hits and 18 at-bats. As she takes the first pitch for a called strike, and we are underway. 2:30 in the afternoon here on a Tuesday in Santa Clarita. Some 3C2A Western States Conference South softball action here for you on the Cougar Sports Network. As that pitch by Curtis, and it makes the count 0-2. You said Curtis batting .556 on the year with a .556 on base percentage. Has not walked so far this year. Has struck out 5 times as she takes that pitch away, and the count now 1-2. The top of the order pretty formidable. Curtis and Stell both batting over .400 this year. Villegas batting .830 so far on the season. Or sorry, batting .333 on the season. Really, the offense for LA Mission, when it's on, has been very good this year. As a team hitting .301, which is right about middle of the state, just right tied with COC, whose .301 is down on strikes, is Curtis. First strikeout of the ball game for Angulo, and we have 1 away here in the first inning. So a good start for Lexi Angulo. Strikes out the first batter she faces, and doesn't get any easier from here, as she'll face Lily Stell. So we said Stell hitting .435 on the season. 10 for 23 so far this year. 5 extra base hits, including 2 home runs. She's only driven in 5 runs. She took the first pitch away for a ball. It's an early season Western States Conference South matchup as this one popped up in the air deep. Heck going back. We'll have a play on it at the wall, but it bounces off of her glove. Rounding and heading towards third is Stell. She'll be in safely. And it's a ball that kind of got out there on Heck. So we'll see what they score it. I want to say it's E8, but it was a tough play deep back to the wall as it kept carrying. So it'll bring in Jasmine Villegas, who's batting .333 as she fouls the first one off to the right. So Angulo in a little bit of trouble here early. So it is indeed an error on Heck. This ball hit in the air towards right field. Fuentes drifting back. It's going to get over her head back to the wall. So a run will score and into second base with a stand-up double is Villegas. LA Mission College with a run here in the first and a 1-0 lead on an RBI double from Jasmine Villegas. And the Cougars are going to come in to tuck to Angulo here. So Villegas put that one in the air and it got over the head of Julia Fuentes that time. Fuentes initially broke back to her right. The wind kind of pushing from left field to right field right now. Blew back over her shoulder and landed on her on the left side near the right field foul line.
That's one player to player, one.
So Villegas able to get on with a double, and here's Eliza Flores, batting .286 on the year, 6 for 21 so far in the season, trying to at least move Villegas over here. She faces Angulo, who gets in a little bit of trouble here early on. First pitch over for a called strike. Changeup misses up and away from Angulo. Talked about Lexi being pretty solid so far this year. As we said, despite giving up 17 hits in 19 innings, she's only given up 4 earned runs. It stays that way as that last run unearned, just her 7th run given up this year. And that's been a big change for COC. Haven't had to outshoot people this season. Have been able to outpitch them as this one lined out to left field. That'll get down for a base hit. Villegas gonna try and score. The throw up the third base line. And it's an RBI single for Eliza Flores as she drives in a run. And LA Mission College with an early 2-0 lead here in the first inning over COC. Talked about the Cougars on a roll coming in. Mission just 4-3 so far in the year, but you can see the offense going to work. It's an RBI single for Flores. It brings Lizbeth Mora to the plate. Mora, a .214 hitter so far on the season. Angulo struggling a little bit here in the cold weather on a Tuesday afternoon. As we said, 2:30 first pitch. Temp here in Santa Clarita today. A little blustery and 53 degrees, and it'll drop down a little bit. The wind blowing pretty steadily from left to right as that pitch misses. It's 2 balls and no strikes here. Wind up to 14 miles an hour. I got out of the northwest today. Angulo way behind here. 3 balls and no strikes as she faces Mora with a runner at first. That pitch right down the middle of the plate for a strike. Angulo trying to get herself back into the count here. Trailing 2-0 early on. As LA Mission with a ball that got off the glove of Ashlyn Heck out in center field. A rare error on Ashlyn Heck on a tough ball over her shoulder. And then a double from Villegas and a sharp single from Flores. And that's where we stand so far here early in this first inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count. As we face Mora here. Angulo's pitch lined up the third base line, foul. So we'll stay put and do it again. So we'll stay at a full count. Flores standing at first. That ball misses outside and away. And it's a 1-out walk issued, so it'll put runners on first and second. As Mission cooking here in the first. Mora earns the walk, just the 6th walk of the year on Angulo. It'll bring Deja Rubio to the plate. Rubio batting .286 on the year. 6 hits and 21 at bats. And she'll show bunt out in front of the plate. Unable to pick it up was Ramirez at first. And so the base is now chocked full of Eagles right now with 1 away. It's a bunt single for Rubio, and here's Cristobal Alvarado. .267 hitter so far this year, stepping in. Has 4 runs batted in. Chance to bust this game wide open here in the first. Already a 2-0 lead. Bases loaded full of Eagles, excuse me, with just 1 away. Pitch misses. Two balls and no strikes as Alvarado staying very calm right now. Chris Hyland, the head coach for Mission, standing down the third base line. Telling Alvarado this might be a pitch to hit. Is this one lined right at Memory Munoz? She flips to third for a double play. A good play from Munoz. Gets 2 big outs, and the Cougars avoid a disaster in the first. A bases loaded jam. Only 2 runs across as Alvarado lined sharply into a double play. So the Cougars get away with 1 as they trail by just a pair as we head to the bottom half of the first inning. At the end of the half of the first, 2 runs on 3 hits and an error, 2 left on base. Mission College 2, COC coming up. So the Cougar lineup will stack like this today. It'll be Alyssa Silva leading things off and playing second base. Batting second today for the Cougars will be Ashlyn Hack, the center fielder, then Julia Fuentes. Batting in the 3 spot. Gigi Garcia, the catcher, batting 4th, then Nili Bagot batting 5th. Allison Melgar, the DP, in the 6th spot. Brianne Tall batting 7th. Valerie Ramirez in the 8th spot. Memory Munoz, the shortstop who made that inning-ending double play just a few seconds ago, batting in the 9th spot. As they will face Samantha Flores, the former Cougar, last year for COC, this year for LA Mission College. 26 innings pitched, 28 hits allowed, 18 runs, all of them earned, walked 17, struck out 24. She has pitched in 6 of the 7 LA Mission College games to date today. She will face her former squad. She will face Alyssa Silva here first. Silva this season, no hits and 3 at-bats, but leading things off here today, facing Flores. Takes the first pitch up in the zone for a ball. The home half of the first underway. Defensively for LA Mission College, Villegas at first, Jimenez at second, Miller the shortstop, still at third. Curtis, Rubio, and Flores from left to right in the outfield. That's Eliza Flores out in right field. And then Alvarado behind the dish, working as the battery along with Samantha Flores today for LA Mission College. Cougars looking to try and put up at least a run or make something, get a little traffic on base, make it a little tough on Flores here early on, already trailing 2-0. Is that pitch over for a strike, and the count is even at 1-1. This one fouled straight into the screen, straight back. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Alyssa Silva. Just her second game of the year. No hits and 3 at-bats this season for Silva. She takes that pitch outside, looked pretty good. Flores put a lot of oomph behind it, but didn't get the call. And so it evens the count at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff hitter here for COC. This one hit in the air down the line and left. And it's going to get out of play. So we'll do it again at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Silva stands in. Down on strikes is Flores with a rising fastball that knocks her down. 1 away, first strikeout of the day for Samantha Flores. 1 away for COC as here's Ashlyn Heck. Heck last year was so very dangerous, has been a little slow to get going so far this season, but now finds herself hitting at .429, 9 hits and 21 at-bats with a double and a triple. 5 runs batted in, just a strikeout and no walks this year. She can be very, very deadly as a table setter, even hitting out of the 2 spot as she takes the first pitch down. Heck hitting from the left side of the plate, wind going with her a bit today as it's drifting out towards the right field foul line. That can create plenty of problems for the opposition defense. Heck waits on the pitch from Flores, a changeup that falls in the dirt. That was a pitch that Flores developed late in the year last year for COC. Really early on in the year, it was a lot of fastballs, a lot of rise. She didn't have a lot of the changeup. She was struggling with that, the curveball. The changeup became her go-to pitch for the later portion of the year. She really started to come on late for the Cougars as they made the playoffs. And she's way behind here to the dangerous Heck at 3 balls and no strikes. And we know with Sam, if she can get that changeup working, she can keep hitters off balance, as she does have a little bit of pop behind the fastball. Heck taking all the way, a pitch right down the heart of the plate makes it 3-1. A little change of speed on the fastball, wasn't quite her full pop behind it. Sean Wismath down the line for COC, the head coach for the Cougars, third base box right now, hollering out instructions to Heck as she waits on the 3-1 pitch, swings and misses through another off-speed pitch. That was a little bit different of a changeup, had a little bit more pace to it, but still had an extra bit of float on it and kind of catches Heck, swings underneath it. So the count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the first inning for COC, trailing 2-0. It's LA Mission with 2 runs on 3 hits. Flores changeup down on strikes is Heck, 2 away. So back-to-back Ks for Flores. Cougars down on strikes 2 in a row, and here's Julia Fuentes, who's been the best hitter in the Cougar lineup here early on this year, at least the most consistent hitter so far this season. Fuentes, 467 on the year, has really just been steady as she goes. 7 hits, 15 at-bats, 4 runs batted in, 5 walks, just 3 Ks. She had a double, a triple, and a home run this year. So the slugging percentage way up there at 867. The on-base at 600 even. She's ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. It was a good last at-bat for Flores. Fell way behind 3-0, worked her way back into it. 3 straight strikes. Got Het swinging underneath 2 of them. As she faces Fuentes here, and that one misses up. 2 balls and no strikes to Fuentes. That's one thing we also saw with Sam last year, is when she tends to try and come with some extra pace to the pitch. She has a tendency to overthrow a little bit high. We saw it just a second ago right there. But that helps the changeup as well, because she can put that changeup down in the zone and really fool hitters as she brings the 2-0 fastball right over the heart of the plate for a strike. Cougars watching that good first pitch for a strike, trying to make Flores work here in the first inning, already trailing 2-0. So we wait on the 2-1 pitch from Flores, winds and delivers, and Fuentes swings through a rising pitch up in the zone and makes it 2-2. So it seems as though Flores has found a little bit of a rise ball this year, so a change from what maybe the Cougars saw in practice against her last year. As the 2-2 pitch misses away, she came with straight heat that time. And so the count full with 2 away. 2 down here in the first, 2-0 LA Mission College. Two gets her on strikes. Flores strikes out the side, went full count twice, but came out clean. 3 up, 3 down, 1 full inning in the books. 2-0 LA Mission College.
The College of the Canyons Athletics Department is proud to announce the Hall of Fame class for 2023. This year's inductees include longtime women's basketball assistant coach Harlan Perlman, the 1986 state championship baseball team, the 1996 state runner-up women's basketball team, the 2007 state finalist women's volleyball team, and 2-time state champion track and field star Chris Lowe. Be there for all the excitement Wednesday, March 29th at 4:30 p.m. at the Santa Clarita Performing Arts Center. For more information, visit cocathletics.com or call 661-362-3491. Go Cougs!
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
So we go to the top half of the second inning, 2-0 LA Mission College. They'll send Savannah Miller, Joanna Jimenez, and then back to the top of the order and Abby Curtis. To the plate here to face Lexi Angulo, who the Cougars need to settle in here. It's a 2-0 ball game, and Sam Flores looks to have her best stuff here early on. So you need Angulo after the rocky first inning. The freshman needs to step in and go back to work. Savannah Miller at the plate. Miller no hits, 15 at-bats so far this year. Does have a run batted in. Walked 3 times, struck out 8 times. She took the first pitch for a strike. This one hit in the air, back of short. Heck drifting in will make the play. Ashland well shallow on the initial and just comes in and makes an easy catch, makes it look very smooth. 1 away. So 1 down here in the second. Here's Joanna Jimenez. 214 hitter on the year off the left side of the plate. Shows bunt, the corners crash, pulls it back, takes a ball. Jimenez 3 for 14, couple of runs batted in. It's dangerous when she gets on the base pass, 2 for 2. stealing bags. She's well ahead here, 2 balls and no strikes. Good pitch that time from Angulo, over for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Nobody, or 1 out here in the second inning. Angulo trying to fight off a difficult first. Get the Cougars back into hit here in the second. That pitch misses down. Good pitch that time from Angulo. Count now full, 3-2. 1 away here in the second inning. Going deep here against Jimenez, the 9-hitter for LA Valley. Through 2 pitch misses up. Second walk of the day issued by Angulo. 1 out, runner aboard. Back to the top of the order we go. Abby Curtis, who struck out in her first at bat, stands in. Pitch that time from Angulo, gets Curtis to swing and miss. You look at Mission this year, 4-3 record, but you look at who they've played. Orange Coast, Pasadena City, Moore Park, Rio Hondo, Sacramento City. Actually, I think that might be incorrect. Let me double check that schedule. I think I might have an old schedule in there, which is very possible. As you look, though, they've struck out 38 times, 39 if you count the strikeout to Curtis. As runner in motion, that gets through Garcia, and it puts a runner at second base now as another stolen base for Jimenez on a ball that gets between the legs of the catcher. This ball fouled off to the right and out of play. Two balls and 2 strikes here to Curtis. 1 away here in the second inning. Angulo in a bit of trouble again. Curtis down on strikes for the second time today. And a big strikeout in a big spot. Second time Curtis down on strikes, 2 away. Second strikeout of the day for Angulo. And I'll bring Lily Stell, who gave one a ride back in that first inning that got off the glove of Ashlyn Heck just in front of the wall, a ball that might have twisted a little bit on Heck. We'll get a timeout here as Cougars pitching coach Ashley Russo heading out. Russo was a heck of a player back in her day for COC. It looks like it's an equipment issue more than anything else. It's a wristband issue. That's the problem. It's pitch to Stell, misses down, so Angulo falls behind. Talking about Ashley Russo for a second there. Assistant coach for the Cougars. She was an all WSC first team selection as a freshman. She had 23 wins, an ERA of 297, and 186 innings of work. So any chance she can go out there, even if it is just to change a wrist brace for the wrist pad, which has the pitch signals on it, it's a good chance for her to kind of give Lexi Angulo some words of wisdom. Remember, Russo had 21 complete games and 7 shutouts as a Cougar. So certainly somebody that can help you a little bit. So actually, LA Mission 5-3. I think we wrote 4-3, but they are 5-3. They did beat Sac City, who last year Sac City was looked at as one of the best teams in the state, and they earned a number 8 ranking coming into the preseason rankings. This is one chopped towards Munoz. She'll pick it up, fire to first, in time for the out, and that will end the second inning. So the Cougars strand a runner at second base, or LA Mission, excuse me, strands a runner at second base. 1.5 in the books, 2-0 LA Mission College. College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now. College of the Canyons. So we go into the home half of the second. COC will send Gigi Garcia, Lily Bagat, and Allison Melgar to the plate. We were talking about LA Mission College's schedule so far this year. When you look 5-3, talk about losses to Palomar, Saddleback, and El Camino College. El Camino ranked 11th in the state in the preseason rankings. Saddleback, Palomar just outside of that, but, or actually Palomar, excuse me, 6th. Saddleback just outside the top 15. Played Sac City, who's the 8th ranked team in the state, beat them. Just beat Moorpark 4-1, we saw the other day. The Cougars swept them. Back-to-back wins, 8-4 and 9-0. This is a big game for Mission, though. You put a beat Sac City, who traveled all the way down here, beat them 4-2. You can beat Canyons, who's all the way up to 14th in the state in the preseason rankings. Put back-to-back big wins over ranked opponents on your record. It's a good way to start the year, and it opens up the conference season as this one popped up back of first base, drifting over to make the catch as Jimenez. So the Cougars have sent 4 to the plate so far and have yet to have a base runner, as that's a pop out on the infield against Gigi Garcia, 1 down. So one away, and it'll be Lily Bagat. Bagat this year batting .500, 8 for 16, 5 RBIs. Tries to get something going here with 1 away for the Cougars as she takes a pitch down below the knees for a ball and finds herself ahead in the count here, 1-0. Bagat, another one of the freshman newcomers on the roster. Just a few of them this year, just 6 of them in total. Garcia, one of them. This one hit up the middle. That'll get through for a base hit for Bagat. It won't get by the center fielder Rubio, so Bagat with a 1-out single, and the Cougars with a runner aboard here in the second inning. And Allison Melgar coming to the plate.
The ladies don't feel me. The fellas in the back, and they twisting up a belly. Get silly. Get silly.
So bang out a little base hit past the diving Jimenez. Here's Allison Melgar, who has kind of been in and out of the lineup at times, but has plenty of pop. 2 home runs, 9 runs batted in, just batting .267 on year. She's had a little bit of a struggle at the plate. Has done so well in the circle. Take anything you can get from her at the plate, and she hits in the 6th spot today. Takes a called strike. Melgar 4 for 15, 3 extra base hits. So 3 of her 4 hits have been extra base hits. So a .733 slugging percentage so far this season. She takes that pitch away. Leaves the count at 1-1. Cougars have done a good job this year in terms of keeping the strikeout numbers down against. 20 now on the year. You count the 3 today, but 17 coming in. They've also stolen 17 bases, which is 9th best in California, as Melgar hits this one up the middle. That'll get through for a base hit. Bag out up to second base, and the Cougars with 2 aboard here in the 2nd inning. Something working as Brianne Tall comes to the plate with a 1 down. So back-to-back singles. Melgar with a nice line drive up the middle. Here's Tall, 083 on the year. She's had a tough start to the season, 1 for 12. Her 1 hit, a triple. Did drive in a run. She tries to do some damage here in the 2nd inning for COC. That pitch over for a strike on the inner half to Tall. Makes it 1-1. That pitch misses down. Flores brings a grunt behind it. Flores doesn't like the sign. Says redo it, we do it again. This pitch misses down. Alvarado keeping it in front. Now it's a 3-1 count here to Brianne Tall. Cougars trying to get the bottom half of the order to put something together right now. As Tall stands at the plate with 1 away. She takes a 3-1 pitch down, and the base is now loaded full of Cougars here in the 2nd inning. So COC trying for a little 1-out rally. First walk of the day issued by Flores. And it'll bring us Valerie Ramirez to the plate. Ramirez 4 for 14, 286 on the year with a .429 slugging percentage. 2 of those 4 hits doubles. She's driven in 4 runs. She's walked once, struck out twice. There's a conference in the circle for LA Mission College right now. They try and settle down Samantha Flores here, facing Valerie Ramirez now stepping in. Umpires having a conversation, I'm not sure what about. So a big spot here for Valerie Ramirez. Just waiting on the home plate umpire. He's back in position. We'll go back to work. Bases loaded full of Cougars, 1 away here in the 2nd inning. COC trailing 2-0 as Ramirez takes the first pitch down in the zone, below the knees for a ball. I think I said 6 freshmen. Actually, it's just 4 freshmen. As Silva and Trujillo I have listed as freshmen, but they are certainly sophomores, played on the team last year. That ball misses up, and it's 2-0 here. Plenty of experience on the COC roster. It's nice to have coming into the year a team that looks like they could compete maybe for a state championship if they can get things rolling. Right now on a 3-game winning streak. Scratch that, a 4-game winning streak. Only loss, a loss to Mount San Antonio College, who right now is the top team in the state of California at 5-1. But ranked number 1 so far. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike here to Ramirez. As Flores in the circle will deliver. That one taken up and away. And the count now 3-1 here. You'll take a walk as much as you'll take a hit to push a run across if you're COC. Trying to get something working here in the second. 3-1 to Ramirez. She takes a pitch right down the middle of the plate on a changeup, and it makes it 3-2. Runners won't be in motion here with 1 away. So now you find yourselves in a battle if you're Flores and Ramirez, as Ramirez takes a pitch down. It's a walk and a run across here for COC. Pitched miss, I think, down and away. Doesn't matter, Cougars will take it any way they can get it. An RBI walk for Valerie Ramirez. First run of the day across for COC. And here comes Memory Munoz with 1 away, and the base is still loaded. Back-to-back walks issued by Flores, so she hurts herself a little bit here in the second inning. Munoz this year, hitting .333, 2 for 6. Has played in all 6 games so far for COC. 7 if you include today. Just has not had a lot of at-bats, just about a bat a game. Usually in there is a defensive stalwart at shortstop as she takes a called strike, and the count even at 1-1. Does her job very well at short. We saw that good play on the sharp line drive, which was right at her, but heads up enough to double off the runner at third base to end the first inning, which was a difficult first inning for COC, giving up 2 runs, and now a chance to try and bring home another run as she takes a ball and a pitch that looked really good. She had shown bunt and drew it back. Gets herself ahead here at 2-1. Interesting, John Wismath thinking maybe squeeze with Ali Melgar at third. Melgar not known to be fleet of foot, but trying to catch the defense napping as Munoz takes a pitch for a strike up in the zone. And it evens at 2-2. So wait on the 2-2 here. Flores trying to work out of some trouble as this one chopped towards first. Mission going to come to the plate for 1, and that's all they'll get. So Munoz grounds into a fielder's choice. So Melgar cut down, 3-2 at the plate, 2 down. We go back to the top of the orders. Munoz gets on a fielder's choice. Alyssa Silva, who struck out to lead off the game for COC, stands in. Facing Flores with the bases loaded, takes the first pitch down. Again, if you're COC, you like the inning. You'd like to get 1 more and get us back to square going to the third, but either way, you've made Sam Flores work now. Maybe get a little doubt creeping into everybody's mind on the other side. Silva takes a strike up in the zone. Good pitch, though, from Flores right at the letters, and we're even at 1-1. Silva hits this one in the air, back of first base. Going to be a tough play. Nobody going to get there, so it'll land foul. As Flores, Jimenez, and Villegas all chasing, couldn't get there. So it's 1-2 here to Alyssa Silva. That pitch misses up. Flores trying to come with some extra oomph on it. Have the rise, trying to get her to chase, could not. So we're even at 2-2. Bases still loaded here for Silva. This one hit up the middle for a base hit. That'll bring a run home. Cougars are going to get around to each bag safely. We are even at 2-all here in the second inning as Alyssa Silva with an RBI single. The base is still loaded and Ashlyn Heck coming to the plate. So a big RBI hit for Alyssa Silva. She does the job singling sharply up the middle for a base hit. And now Heck, who struck out in her first at-bat, comes up and she swings through a pitch in the middle of the zone behind 0-1. Heck just been under everything so far. She's swinging free. She's just not been able to connect as she fouls that one away. At least got a piece of this one. It's behind in the count, 0-2. Now you got to tighten up, try and do something with 2 strikes. One ball and 2 strikes. Heck stands at the plate, waits on the delivery from Flores, fouls it off to the right again, or off to the left, I should say. Battle here for Heck. Her and Flores dueling. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs across. This one hit in the air. Shallow center field. Coming in to make the catch is Rubio, and that'll end the inning. So the Cougars leave the bases loaded, but they do get 2. We're even at 2-all. We'll head to the 3rd. Brand new ball game from Whitten Field.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
The College of the Canyons Athletics Department is proud to announce the Hall of Fame class for 2023. This year's inductees include longtime women's basketball assistant coach Harlan Perlman, the 1986 state championship baseball team, the 1996 state runner-up women's basketball team, the 2007 state finalist women's volleyball team, and 2-time state champion track and field star Chris Lowe. Be there for all the excitement Wednesday, March 29th at 4:30 p.m. at the Santa Clarita Performing Arts Center. For more information, visit cocathletics.com or call 661-362-3491. Go Cougs!
Angulo back out for the 3rd. She'll face Villegas, Eliza Flores, and Lisbeth Mora here in the 3rd inning. A 2-2 ball game. Villegas had an RBI double back in the 1st inning. She pops this one in the air. On the infield, playable. Valerie Ramirez calling for it to make the catch, 1 down. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Good start for Angulo. 1 away in Eliza Flores, who singled and then was cut down in a inning-ending double play on that sharp line drive from Cristobal Alvarado. A smart play from Memory Munoz. She'll come in and try and get a 1-out runner aboard. She'll take the first pitch for a strike. A little bit of an off-speed pitch from Angulo. No balls and 1 strike. 2-2 ball game here in the 3rd. On a windy and cold Tuesday afternoon in Santa Clarita. Flags blowing across the field from left to right if you're just joining us. LA Mission with a pair of runs in the first. Cougars with a pair of runs in the second. Both teams have had the bases loaded. This one chopped up the middle. That'll get through for a base hit. Single for Eliza Flores as Munoz was diving, trying to get to the ball, could not. So 1 out single, and here's Lizbeth Mora. Mora walked in the first inning. That one over for a strike. Walked, was left at second base. Cougars this year have turned 1 double play, now 2. Count the one here today. LA Valley is, or LA Mission, sorry, not LA Valley. LA Mission has only hit into 1 double play this year, coming into the game, now 2. Those numbers tick ahead. The 1 ball, 1 strike count here to Mora. This one over for a strike. Mora is the one that hit into a double play before today's game. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 away here in the 3rd inning. That pitch misses up. Angulo maybe just a touch overthrown. Good job by Gigi Garcia behind the plate to keep it from getting to the screen. A good pitch that time from Angulo. Pulled the string, the changeup sets down Mora. Going to be the 3rd strikeout of the day for Angulo. It'll put 2 away, and Deja Rubio coming to the plate. Rubio singled in the first, stranded at first. This one fouled away. I caught a piece of the home plate umpire and maybe a piece of Gigi Garcia as well. So umpire going to take a walk to go clean the rubber off and hand the ball back to Lexi Angulo. Caught a piece of everything. Deja Rubio's bat. Gigi Garcia, the home plate umpire, the screen behind us. As we'll do it again at 1-1. Angulo has the pitch call and will wind and deliver a 1-1 pitch that misses down. Eliza Flores dancing around out there at first base but stays put. Flores does not have a stolen base attempt on the year. 2-1 here to Rubio. She hits this one back up the middle. Munoz going to pick it up and step on second base. And Memory Munoz having an impact out in the field here early on. Cuts down the runner in the middle of the field. And at the end of 2.5, still 2-2.
Meet Nigel Terry, In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
Back-to-back blanks on the wall for Lexi Angulo as she holds Mission to hit in the second inning, or the third inning. And that is all. COC coming up. Look at the standings so far in the Western States South. The overall this year, COC 5-1, Citrus 4-2, LA Mission 5-3. So actually LA Mission hops Citrus. ABC 4-4, Baco 4-5, Glendale 3-7-1, and LA Valley College 1-9. The Cougars send Fuentes, Garcia, and Bagot to the plate. Last year, these two teams right about middle of the pack. Cougars finished 8-4. Mission finished 6-6. Bakersfield, of course, last year was perfect in the Western States Conference South, 12-0. Over the last few years, as Fuentes swings and misses behind in the count, 0-2. Canyons swept Mission in 2022, 9-3 and 9-6. They've won 3 of their last 4 dating back to 2019. Remember, they didn't play in 2021 or 2020 due to the pandemic. Had no softball here at Whitten Field for 2 full years, basically. LA Mission's last win in this series was an 11-3 win on the 11th of April back in 2019. Cougars won 8 of their last 9 going back to 2017, and 10 of their last 12 before that. Two balls and 2 strikes here to Fuentes, who struck out her first time up, strikes out again. 4th strikeout of the day for Samantha Flores. Second time she's put down Fuentes on strikes. 1 away. So here's Gigi Garcia. Popped out to second base in her first at bat. Trying to get something going here for COC in the third in a 2-2 ball game. Garcia takes that pitch for a ball. This one hit down the right field line. Coming over and not able to make the catch was Flores, but it lands foul, so we'll come back to the plate. They're going to check on Liza Flores out there. She went down trying to dive and make the play and kind of crashed. Pretty hard into the ground, trying to catch her breath. That one misses down. 2 balls and 1 strike here to Garcia, trying to get a runner aboard for the Cougars in the third. Mission with 2 in the first, Cougars with 2 in the second, so we're even at 2-all. As Flores delivers, that pitch misses up. Garcia with a good take that time on a ball that rose through the zone and finished out of it. So it'll make it 3-1 here to Garcia. Bagot, who singled and scored back in the second inning, waiting in the on-deck circle with one away. That one misses down. Another walk issued by Flores. Good tight takes by Gigi Garcia. Third walk of the day issued by Flores. As the Cougars with a runner aboard here in the third inning. Lily Bagot, who singled past the second baseman Jimenez in the second inning, now stepping in. Bagot's been pretty good so far this year, as we said, hitting .500, now hitting above .500. 9 hits and 17 at-bats as she waits on the pitch, takes it for a called strike. Not expecting Garcia to be in motion. No stolen base attempts this year. Just as little pressure as you can put on your catcher as possible with the way her knees is. Bagot puts a bunt up the middle of the field. Flores will pick it up and throw her out at first, but it's a sacrifice bunt across. And so they'll move Garcia to second. And 2 away here for Ali Melgar. So call it a sacrifice bunt for Bagot. Melgar, who singled back in the second inning, was cut down at the plate before she could come around to score. Chance to do some damage here with 2 outs, and Garcia at second base. Time is called at the plate by the umpire. Not sure who called it other than the umpire himself, maybe the catcher. Doesn't matter, we'll go back to work. This pitch down in the dirt. Garcia had a good read. She should have taken off that time, but thought better of it. I think she would have had third base swiped as the catcher, Alvarado, kept it in front but couldn't get up to it. John Wismath was a little upset, but you know, don't want to make the third out at third, so hindsight being 20/20, probably a smarter play than maybe you initially look at it as from Garcia. And it makes the count 2 balls and no strikes. So good hitters count here for Melgar. Pitch up in the zone. But Melgar tanks and takes for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner at second base in a 2-2 ball game. Or sorry, 2 balls, 1 strike. Still a good hitter's count here for Melgar. She drives this one in the air towards center field, but it's going to hang up, and Rubio going to get under it. So the Cougars leave a runner in scoring position here in the third. We stay 2-2. We head to the fourth here from Whitten Field.
The College of the Canyons Athletics Department is proud to announce the Hall of Fame class for 2023. This year's inductees include longtime women's basketball assistant coach Harlan Perlman, the 1986 state championship baseball team, the 1996 state runner-up women's basketball team, the 2007 state finalist women's volleyball team, and 2-time state champion track and field star Chris Lowe. Be there for all the excitement Wednesday, March 29th at 4:30 p.m. at the Santa Clarita Performing Arts Center. For more information, visit cocathletics.com or call 661-362-3491. Go Cougs!
Top of the fourth we go. Mission and College of the Canyons in a 2-2 ball game. Alvarado, Miller, and Jimenez due to the plate. Alvarado in her first at bat lined sharply right at Memory Munoz, who made a smart play and doubled off the runner at third base to end a bases loaded one-out jam. Trying to hit something hard again here. She comes up to lead things off in the fourth inning facing Angulo, who after that rocky start in the first has settled herself in. Pitch misses up and we're behind in the count 1-0. For Angulo today, struck out the first batter she faced, then an error, a ball that got over the head of Fuentes, a single, a walk, and another single in the first inning, and all of a sudden it was 2-0, but has since only
The College of the Canyons Athletics Department is proud to announce the Hall of Fame.
gonna get over. Sorry about that. Tall broke in initially on the line drive. It got over her head. And it's gonna be a leadoff double here for Alvarado, who's hit the ball hard twice. Apologize for that. A one-man show here, so sometimes we have the wrong thing dialed up, hit the wrong button, but we'll eventually get it right. So a double for Alvarado, and they're going to pinch run for her here. As Liana Leon going to come in.
3 for 99. 3.
So a leadoff double here for Mission. As Alvarado hits one sharply over the head of the left fielder, Bree Tall. The pinch run for her with Leon. So they try and play for a run here with Savannah Miller at the plate. Miller going to show bunt, going to drop it down. Only play for Bagot's going to be to first. And they will get the runner at first in Miller. There's one away. Mission was trying to stay safe, but Silva's foot was on top of the bag. So one down, it's a sacrifice bunt. Now runner in scoring position at third base. Highland went out to talk, and they're going to actually talk about it now. I mean, I thought I saw Silva's foot at first base on the bag, and then the runner tripping over the foot of Silva. And they'll stay with the initial call. And they'll hit here for Jimenez. Beyonce Uribe gonna hit here. 3 for 7 so far in the year, so a big spot here. So big spot for the sophomore who's listed as a pitcher, getting a chance to hit here today out of Silmar Charter High School. As we said, 3 for 7 with a double and 4 runs batted in. Chance to try and drive another one in here. She hits for Jimenez in the fourth. That pitch over for a strike. The runner just 60 feet away with one away here in the fourth inning. Mission trying to play for a run. Angulo checks the wristband. Delivers. This ball lifted in the air. Heck drifting back will make the catch. They'll tag Leon. Heck's throw not going to get through as it's actually going to hit the field umpire. Didn't matter anyway, as scoring easily was Leon. It's a sacrifice fly ball for her 5th run batted in this year for Uribe. There's another run across for Mission. It empties the bases with 2 down. So the leadoff double from Alvarado. Mission able to play small ball well. The sacrifice bunt, the sacrifice fly. And we go back to Abby Curtis, who struck out twice today. one misses away. Two balls, no strikes. Two away, nobody on. A run across for Mission after the leadoff double and a pair of sacrifice hits. As Curtis swings through a pitch down the heart of the plate. Took her head off it just a touch. Gets Angulo back in the count at 2-1. Temps started to chill out here a little bit. As we said, 53 degrees at first pitch. With the wind blowing, it's probably a touch colder right now. The sun not out, we'll call it 51 degrees. I know if you're not on the West Coast, oh boo-hoo, it's 51 degrees, but that's cold for us out here in California. It's gonna get 36 degrees tonight in Santa Clarita. It'll be freezing up in the Antelope Valley where I live. It's a cold day today. So we wait on the 3-1 pitch. Curtis takes a strike in the upper part of the zone, and the count full with 2 away. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 3-2 Mission College here in the 4th inning. The leadoff double burned Angulo. Mission playing small ball to perfection. As again, for the 3rd time today, Curtis down on strikes. Give Angulo 4 strikeouts in the ball game. Cougars do give up a run, though, as Mission gets 1 across after the double from Alvarado and the sacrifice fly from Joanna Jimenez. We will head to the bottom half of the 4th in a 3-2 game. So Mission burns Leon and Uribe in the 4th inning. It produces a run as both Jimenez and Alvarado will re-enter here. And Sam Flores will come back to the circle. She'll face the bottom of the order in Tal, Ramirez, and Munoz. All 3 reached back in the 2nd inning. That 2-run second for COC as Tal takes the first pitch up in the zone. So a 3-2 ball game. So we work here in the fourth inning for COC as Tal takes a strike. Bree having a tough run so far this year, as we talked about. Takes that pitch down. Gets herself ahead here. Tal pops this one into left field. Playable for Curtis. She'll make the catch. One away here in the 4th inning. There's Valerie Ramirez, who walked home a run back in the 2nd. Flores has been rather solid in the circle. Those 2 runs in the 2nd, partially because she damaged herself with a couple of walks that brought home a run. Did give up 3 hits, but also has 4 strikeouts in the ball game. She's held the Cougars scoreless in 2 of the 3 innings so far, trying to keep them scoreless here in the 4th and keep her team out in front by a run. As the first pitch to Ramirez missed up. So it's 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here in the 4th. 1-1 count here to Val. As Ramirez waits on the pitch. Wind is kicked up all of a sudden, is blowing pretty much straight in. Right into our faces. The count now 2-2, or 2-1. Ramirez can't check her swings. The count now 2-2. It's a big gust for a second there, but it's died out just a touch on the wind. But like we said, the wind pretty much blowing straight in from left field now. So the outfield crowding up halfway or closer to the infield. As Ramirez pops this one up down the right field line, twisting towards the line, but running over to make the catch was Flores. It's 2 down, and here's Memory Munoz coming to the plate. Munoz grounded into a fielder's choice back in the second inning. Cougars trying to get a little 2-out rally going. Would love to get back to the top of the order before the 5th if they can. As we get to crunch time now here in the 4th. As Munoz takes the first pitch over for a called strike. Flores, perfect inning back in the 1st. Has had traffic on in the 2nd and the 3rd, trying to set down the side in order here in the 4th. Munoz takes a pitch down. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. 3-2 Mission College here in the 2nd inning, or 3-2 LA Mission College, we should say, as there is a Mission College up north, so we should correct ourselves on that. Munoz swings through a rising fastball. She was well late on it, so she's behind in the count now, 1-2. Munoz waits on the 1-2 from Flores. That one misses down and away. The home plate umpire was calling for John Wismath out of the dugout, but he instead is calling for Chris Hyland. There's something with Samantha Flores. She maybe rolled an ankle a little bit trying to come to the plate. So Chris Hyland she's gonna throw a couple, see if she's okay, see if she can continue on. Sam nods her head, says, "I'm good to go." So with 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Mission with a 3-2 lead. Munoz fouls it away. So again, we go 2-2. Munoz hits this one in the air to right. Drifting in and making the catch on the run is Flores. It's a slick play from Eliza Flores out there at left. Cougars go quietly here in the 4th. Top half of the 5th upcoming. 3-2 Mission College.
The College of the Canyons Athletics Department is proud to announce the Hall of Fame class for 2023. This year's inductees include longtime women's basketball assistant coach Harlan Perlman, the 1986 state championship baseball team, the 1996 state runner-up women's basketball team, the 2007 state finalist women's volleyball team, and 2-time state champion track and field star Chris Lowe. Be there for all the excitement Wednesday, March 29th at 4:30 p.m. Santa Clarita Performing Arts Center. For more information, visit cocathletics.com or call 661-362-3491. Go Cougs!
If our turkey had a resume, it would say it's 99% fat-free, filler-free, and raised without antibiotics. But our turkey already has its dream job at Jersey Mike's. Premium meat makes a sub above.
Top or 2-3-4 here for LA Valley. Stel, Villegas, and Flores to face Lexi Angulo in the 5th. LA Mission a 3-2 lead. Small ball in the 4th worked for the go-ahead run. Trying to add to the lead here in the 5th. Angulo's first pitch misses well outside. Lexi has not had a clean inning today. It's had traffic on in every inning so far. Worked out of trouble in the 1st. Only gave up 2 runs, even though Mission had the bases loaded with 1 away. Didn't yield a run in the 2nd or the 3rd. This one chopped towards short. Munoz charging in, picks it up, fires cleanly across to first. For the first out here, the 5th inning, is Stel sat down 6-3, 1 away. Villegas double home run back in the 1st inning, a ball that got over the left field or the right fielder Julia Fuentes' left shoulder on a ball that started, I think it kind of started out towards right center field, and the wind kind of blowing in from left made it hook on her a little bit more than she expected and just wasn't anywhere near it. So it was a clean double. It drove home a run after the 3-bag error on Ashlyn Heck back in the 1st on a ball that was hit over her head by Stel. She nearly got to at the wall, was kind of underneath it, but just didn't close the glove around it. Angulo starts Villegas off with a strike. This one hit back up the middle sharply for a base hit. Heck broke the wrong way. That's going to get to the wall. Villegas into second with a double with 1 away here in the 5th inning for Mission College. Villegas hit that one right back over the head of Lexi Angulo, and maybe that's why Ashlyn Heck broke to her right. I don't think she saw the ball as she was screened out by Angulo. So 1-out double here, and Eliza Flores, who's 2 for 2 so far today, steps in. Spot for Flores to try and add to the lead. First pitch in for a strike. Eliza trying to help out Samantha Flores, the starter for Mission College, who's gone 4 solid so far. Gave up 2 in the 2nd, and that's been it. Set the side down in order in the 4th. Trying to help her out, add to the lead here. This one hit right back up the middle. That'll get over the head for Munoz. Villegas gonna round. Heck's throw to the plate is not in time, but the throw to second base from Garcia is in time to cut down the runner, but it's an RBI single from Flores. So the Cougars get an out, but give up a run. It's an RBI single for Eliza Flores, and then she's cut down 2-4 on the throw from Gigi Garcia, which was right on the money. But you'll trade the run for the out if you're Mission College right now, as now you have a 2-run lead at 4-2. Runs have been scarce so far. There's Lisbeth Mora, walked and struck out. Flores 3 for 3 today. Just got a little greedy, got caught with their hand in the cookie jar trying to get out to second base. The throw from Heck was in time. I think the slide from Villegas might have knocked the ball loose. As I get some head nods from in front of me from, I think, Gigi's family right in front of me saying, yeah, it did. The tag was applied. It was very there, but just unlucky the ball gets jarred loose. But then she recovers and makes a strong throw to get that run out at second base. As this one softly lined towards left field. That'll get through the infield for a base hit. So a 2-out single here for Lisbeth Mora. I think we're going to hit for Deja, or we're going to run here for Lisbeth Mora. Mission again trying to add here. As they're going to send Patricia Flores out there.
2 for 33, 2.
There's Rubio. 1 for 2 as she lines this one, and Memory Munoz makes a sharp play out at short, leaping in the air to rob her of a base hit, and that'll end the inning. Mission gets a run, though, on an RBI hit from Eliza Flores. And we head to the home half of the 5th, the Cougars trailing by a pair.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
So the Cougars trailing by 2 now. We'll send the top of the order to the plate here in the 5th to face Samantha Flores. It'll be Silva, Heck, and Fuentes. Chasing a few here. Need to find a couple of runs. At least a couple of base runners, put some pressure here on Samantha Flores. So here's Alyssa Silva, 1 for 2, single and a strikeout in the ball game today. She takes the first pitch down in the zone. Nike with a smart cover in that last inning on that single from Flores. Was able to cut her down trying to take second base as she lines this one at short, and able to grab it was Miller. So 1 away. Hard hit ball from Silva, but right at the shortstop Miller. 1 down. Shortstops on both sides making a couple of big plays. We saw Memory Munoz with that ridiculous catch last inning, leaping while she's moving to her left to rob a Deja Rubio of the single. And now Savannah Miller taking away a sharp line drive from Alyssa Silva. As Ashlyn Heck comes to the plate. Heck has not had an answer for Sam Flores so far today. Ashlyn 0 for 2, struck out and flew out softly to center field. She finds herself ahead in the count at 1-0. Was ahead in the count in her first at bat, 3 balls and no strikes, and Flores 3 straight pitches that beat her. Gets herself ahead here, but fouls this one off to the left, and the count is even at 1-1. We talked to her last week, and she's not happy so far with her performance this year. We were kind of chatting just between games against Moore Park, and she'd mentioned she's pulling off the ball just a bit too much. Maybe saw it there a little bit. Still trying to work through some things here early in the year, and you definitely need her to find her rhythm at the plate. She's kind of the the one that makes everything go for COC, at least was last year, one of the state leaders in triples last season. Was Western States Conference player, or all Western States Conference selection, we should say, from last season. She's such a strong player. Had a tough day today, like you said, 0 for 2, made an error, broke the wrong way on a single in the last inning. That ended up leading to a mission run after they were able to drive in Villegas. It was a double for Villegas. And heck, way ahead here, 3-1. You'd like to get her on with her speed, can create some problems. She waits on the 3-1 pitch, misses down. She'll work a 1-out walk. So base runner's exactly what the Cougars need right now. Fourth walk issued by Flores. Here's Julia Fuentes, who again, like heck, has had a very rough outing so far today. Had a ball go over her head out in right field on one that she probably should have made the catch on. Same thing with Ashland's out in center field. 2 plays that probably, if you ask both of them, they should have made. And then 0 for 2 so far today at the plate. It's the first pitch, in for a strike. Heck trying to take second base, and she does. Gets in under the tag. It was a strong throw from Alvarado. Miller applied the tag, but it was just a half second too short. So a strike and a stolen base, and the Cougars with a runner out there in scoring position and 1 away. But the heart of the order coming up here is Fuentes behind in the count, 0-1. Big spot here for Fuentes. That pitch down in the dirt, heck, way out off second base. They're gonna stay put. As Alvarado that time had it cleanly. You know Ashland looking for ball in the dirt, looking for anything to move on. If you can get just that bit closer, you can make it that much tougher. As Fuentes softly pokes this one in front of the circle, and Flores fielding her position will make the catch for the second out here, the 5th inning. So Flores helping herself, and here comes Gigi Garcia. 0 for 1 with a walk today. Got to have that run if you're COC here in the 5th. Base hit will get it across. This heck runs very well. Big spot here for Garcia with 2 down. The first pitch misses down. Pretty chilly. All the hitters with no batting gloves on. Everybody kind of hand warmers in their pockets, trying to keep warm. As the temp is dropped with the wind picking up. So this one hit out in the air towards right, drifting back, not able to make the catch as Flores as it gets over her head. Scoring from second base is Heck into third with a stand-up RBI triple is Gigi Garcia, and the Cougars are back within 1. Garcia fired up afterwards. Hollers at the bench. The Cougars get 1 back. And now with Lily Bagot coming into the plate, can tie the game back at 4 with a base hit. Looking for a little 2-out rally here. Bagot 1 for 2 today, or 1 for 1 today with a single and a sacrifice. As Garcia standing at third. Takes the first pitch over the heart of the plate for a called strike. So Garcia lifts it in the air to right. It got over the head of Eliza Flores and gets all the way to the wall for a stand-up RBI triple. Just what the doctor ordered. If you're COC, you get 1. Chance to get the second as this one hit in the air. Drifting over is Rubio to her left. She'll make the catch. And that'll end the inning. But the Cougars do get 1 off the RBI triple from Garcia. We head to the 6th inning. 4-3 Mission College.
The College of the Canyons Athletics Department is proud to announce the Hall of Fame class for 2023. This year's inductees include longtime women's basketball assistant coach Harlan Perlman, the 1986 state championship baseball team, the 1996 state runner-up women's basketball team, the 2007 state finalist women's volleyball team, and 2-time state champion track and field star Chris Lowe. Be there for all the excitement Wednesday, March 29th at 4:30 p.m. at the Santa Clarita Performing Arts Center. For more information, visit cocathletics.com or call 661-362-3491. Go Cougs!
Mission will send Alvarado, Miller, and Jimenez back around to the plate here. Face Lexi Angulo. Alvarado's hit the ball hard twice, lined out to short in her first at bat in the first. Doubled over the head of Brianne Tall in the fourth and came around to score. Angulo's pitch misses. So we're underway here in the sixth. Quick one so far. Hour and 30 in the books. We're in the sixth inning. This one lined sharply once again over the head of shortstop Munoz. And a leadoff hit here for Cristobal Alvarado. And John Wismath out of the dugout, pops his head out. He's gonna call for Allison Melgar to come out and take over for Lexi Angulo with nobody out and a runner on here in the sixth inning. So he's gonna go to his sophomore ace.
DP is coming in pitch. DP is coming in the pitch.
And I'll have a chat with her as Angulo goes 5 innings plus. Gives up 4 runs, responsible for the one out there. So we haven't quite closed the book on her. We'll take a break. Come back with the continued 6th inning here from Whitten Field. So it'll be Ali Melgar coming in to take over here in the 6th inning with a runner on first base. Melgar this year, 3 games pitched, 2-1, has had 3 complete games so far this year. 19 innings, 17 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, a 1.84 ERA. Her only loss came against Mount San Antonio College, who right now is the #1 team in the state of California. She misses the first pitch down. So big spot for your sophomore. Your John Wismath goes to the experience. Melgar, who's the DP today, now comes into the lineup. Comes into the circle and will go pitch. That pitch misses up and away. That's a tough spot for Melgar. You know, she got a little bit of warm-up time, but maybe not a ton. It's pressed into service here in a cold afternoon. It's always harder when it's colder out to get your body going, especially when you're out there in the circle. As this one chopped towards third, Bagot knocks it down. Her only play gonna be to first, gets the out. Moving up to second base is Alvarado. So Miller is down 5-3. Here comes Joanna Jimenez, who sacrificed, here comes Joanna Jimenez, who walked in her only at-bat, was lifted for a pinch hitter in the 4th. As that was Beyonce Uribe able to drive home a run. Jimenez comes back in for her second at-bat, hitting from the left side. As she slaps this one foul up the third base line. Huge spot here for Melgar. Trying to get the Cougars back in, still trailing by a run after that good work in the 5th inning to get one of the 2 back. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike, the count here to Jimenez. Melgar has the signal from the dugout. Go into her delivery, and this one swung on and missed. Little late dip to it from Melgar. And it makes it 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Runner at second base. So if you're Melgar, you could use a punch out right now. Don't want to let that runner move up. You face Abby Curtis next, who struck out 3 times. I think they're going to hit for Abby Curtis, actually. It's Nikki Santa Cruz standing in the on-deck circle. This one chopped foul. Out of play up the third base line. Two balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second base. LA Mission with a 4-3 lead over COC here in the 6th inning. It's a changeup from Melgar that floats too high, never dipped back out. And so the count now full here to Jimenez. So we wait on the 3-2 pitch here from Melgar. Delivers and hits Jimenez in the shoulder. So it was a walk either way. So now we'll hit here for Abby Curtis, who's 0 for 3 today with 3 strikeouts. It'll be Nikki Santa Cruz, sophomore utility player out of San Fernando, California, went to Kennedy High School. Santa Cruz 1 for 8 this year, so a .152 hitter. Her 1 hit, a triple though. She's walked once and struck out once on the season. Big spot with 2 on and 1 out in the 6th inning. Pinch hitting for Abby Curtis. Melgar has given up a hit by pitch. First pitch missed. So Melgar behind here. This one hit in the air out to right field. That'll get past Julia Fuentes, back to the wall. 1 run will score. The second coming around. It's a 2 RBI double for Nikki Santa Cruz. And Mission adds back to their lead. Make it 6-3. So a big pinch hit, 2 RBI double off of Melgar. One of the runs charged to Angulo, the other charged to Melgar. So we can close the book on Angulo for the day. She gives up 5, 4 of them earned. It's Lily Stell to the plate now. Chopped back to the screen. Mission offense clicking here again in the 6th. Another 2-run inning. Just been able to tack on runs when they need them. Had 2 in the first, picked up 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 2 so far here in the 6th, and threatening again with 1 away and a runner in scoring position. This one chopped towards second base. Silva will pick it up and fire, but she makes an error as she throws it by Ramirez. Coming across to score is Santa Cruz. Mission adds another here in the 6th. Make it 7-3. It's going to be the 9th error of the year on the Cougars. It's going to be charged to Alyssa Silva. I don't know if Valerie Ramirez is quite ready for it as it just got by her. Regardless, a run comes across. It's an unearned run charged to Melgar. It brings us Jasmine Villegas, who's doubled twice today. Swings and hits this one towards the first baseman, Ramirez, who makes the catch. So 2 down here. Now Eliza Flores, who singled 3 times today, driven him 2 runs. Hasn't scored yet as she's been cut down a couple of times. Got cut down last time after that RBI single in the 5th. Trying to nab second base. After the throw to the plate, chance to try and drive in a run here with Stell standing at second base. Love to trade places with her and add another. It's a 4-run LA Mission lead. That pitch misses away. No balls and 2 strikes the count. Here to Eliza Flores. That one misses down. And so Melgar way behind here, 3-0. Gotta have it right now. It's been a big inning for Mission, 3 across. Make it a walk. First walk issued to Melgar today. So put runners on first and second. 2 outs here for Elizabeth Mora, who singled, walked, and struck out. Got to get out of this inning without giving up any more damage. Now with a 4-run lead, you talk about maybe a quick ending. Remember, it's 8 after 5. It's 2 balls and 1 strike here to Mora. This one chopped towards third. Bagout will step on third, and that'll end the inning. But a big inning for Mission College. As they send 8 to the plate, they get 3 runs across. And they take a 7-3 lead into the home half of the 6th inning here from COC. Canyons trailing 4 as we go to the home half of the 6th inning. Got to get some runs right now. Give yourself a shot going into the 7th. As they'll send Melgar, Tall, and Ramirez to the plate here in the 6th inning. Melgar 1 for 2, singled and flew out. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. Flores overthrows a little bit that time. An extra grunt on it, missed it high. 2 balls and 1 strike to count here to Melgar. So the Cougars need base runners with Lev, a leadoff runner aboard here. It's the 2-1 pitch to Melgar, lined, and a nice play by Miller at short. Savannah Miller takes away a base hit from Melgar. 1 down here in the 6th inning. Can't ask for much more. Hit the ball hard at somebody and hope it gets through. That time it does not, as Savannah Miller with another slick play at short. Both shortstops today have been very solid. Seen Memory Munoz take away a couple of base hits. Miller takes one away there, and here's Brian Tall, 0 for 1 today. Walked and flew out. Takes a strike over the middle of the plate. This time on the outer half of the plate for a strike. So nothing in 2 here to Tall. Flores, who threw up blanks in the 3rd and the 4th, gave up a run in the 5th. Off the triple from Garcia, trying to put up a 0 here in the 6th. As Tall gets herself a little bit back in the count at 1 and 2. Tall waits on the 1-2 delivery from Flores. Pops this one up in the air on the infield. Playable for the 3rd baseman, Stell, who makes the catch. So 2 away. That'll bring us back to Valerie Ramirez here. Ramirez walked and flew out. Change up from Flores that bounces about 4 feet in front of the plate that Ramirez says no thank you. Gets herself ahead in the count, 1-0. 7-3 LA Mission College, 3 runs back in the top half of the 6th. Now the Cougars here with 2 outs in the 6th inning, trying to find a 2-out rally. Make one materialize and get themselves back within striking distance. You gotta have base runners to get yourself into that position here, as it's 2 balls and 1 strike count to Ramirez. Ramirez fouls this one off, makes it 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the 6th. 4-1 LA Mission lead. Samantha Flores trying to outduel her own old mates. As she gets Ramirez and a called strike 3 on the outside corner of the plate. We will head to the 7th inning. Cougars go quietly in the 6th. 7-3 in favor of Mission. Top of the 7th we go. Mission with a 4-run lead. They'll send Rubio, Alvarado, and Miller to the plate. Rubio 1 for 3 today. Singled, grounded into fielder's choice, and lined out to short on a ball that was sharply hit over the middle of the field, and Memory Munoz just made a clean play as this one chopped back to Melgar, and she'll easily throw out Rubio at first for the first out here, the 7th inning. So one down, Cristobal Alvarado coming to the plate. The catcher today having quite the day. A double, a single, a couple of runs scored. It's 2 for 3 so far today. And she's hit the ball hard 3 times. Cougars have not had an answer for her at the plate so far as Melgar comes with a pitch on the outside for a called strike. One ball, 2 strikes. Or 1 ball, 1 strike, sorry. Is this one now 1 ball, 2 strikes? Look at me, I was predicting the future. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Pretty good crowd on hand for this Western States Conference match. Pretty good crowd on hand on the Cougar Sports Network. 33 of you joining us. We thank you for that. We'll have more action on the Cougar Sports Network later this week. Friday we'll have some basketball, season finale for the men. As for the second time today, Alvarado down, this time on strikes. First strikeout for Melgar. 2 down for Savannah Miller. And we'll have baseball on Saturday. That's a really big matchup. The COC baseball team having a solid year so far. They will have a test against one of the top teams in the state in Santa Ana coming to town on Saturday for a 1 p.m. start. It'll be a good matchup. We hope you can join us as this one lifted in the air towards center field. Hacken Tall drifting over, and Tall gonna drop it. In and out of her glove, it was out in left center field. It's an error on Brianne Tall. It's a 2-out base runner here for LA Mission College. Tall looks like she's hurt afterwards. Sarah Ursom, the athletic trainer, gonna head out that way. I think John Wismath just gonna opt to make a change anyway, it looks like. I think it's her ankle. So we'll make a substitution. Shaylin Rambo will come into play left field. So Rambo in the 7th. After the error from Tall. Melgar's all ready to go. We'll bring Joanna Jimenez to the plate. Melgar thought she got herself out of the trouble, or out of the inning cleanly, but Tall can't come up with the catch. Ashlyn Heck directing traffic out there as the outfield very shallow here. Jimenez shows bunt and pulls it back. As both Bagot and Ramirez charging from the corners. Savannah Miller stands on first. With 2 outs here in the 7th. This one popped up on the infield. Somebody's got to get to it. It's going to be an infield hit, and it's going to get away out into right field. Moving up to third is Miller. And the Cougars just kicking the ball around all of a sudden here in the 7th inning. That was kind of a play that landed between both Melgar and Bagot. Neither one could decide on who it was going to get to. So it's a single. Runner advances to third on the errant throw. So now runners on the corners for the top of the order. This one is Curtis, chops it back to the mound, and that will end the inning. So the run doesn't come across. Curtis out 1-3, so Melgar runs into a little trouble but gets out of it. No runs, a hit, 2 left on an error. Last licks for the Cougars, trailing by 4 here in the 7th inning. Last chance for the Cougars here in the 7th. It'll be Memory Munoz, Alyssa Silva, and Ashlyn Heck to face Samantha Flores. The wind is picked up quite a bit here at Whitten Field. Sun starting to poke through the clouds just a touch. The wind not in anybody's favor right now, but the defense as it's blowing in as that pitch misses away. The count 1-1 here to Memory Munoz, who's 0 for 2 today. Grounded into a fielder's choice and flew out to right field, trying to get the leadoff runner aboard in the 7th inning. Cougars have only managed 4 hits in the ball game. Just has not been a good day at the plate as Samantha Flores has kept them really off balance well today. It's 2 strikes here on Munoz. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 7-3 in the 7th inning, LA Mission in front. Flores trying to go the full amount. Misses up and away. Trying to come with a fastball high and get Munoz to chase, but she lays off of it. So all of a sudden, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's Munoz down on strikes. 6th strikeout of the day for Samantha Flores. 1 down here in the 7th inning. Alyssa Silva coming to the plate. Gotta have something if you're COC here. Really gotta have something. Gotta have a base runner at the very least. Give yourselves an opportunity, and you need a bunch of them right now. First pitch to Silva, over for a strike. Silva 1 for 3 today. Singled, struck out, lined out. Savannah Miller has played a solid shortstop today. That one down to the dirt. Again, gotta have base runners if you're COC. No choice right now but to find a way to get on anyway. Put it in play, try and beat a ball out. Walk, hit, doesn't matter how you do it. Silva takes a called strike, and Flores just continues to pound the strike zone. This one hit towards the right side. That'll get through for a base hit. Silva rounding, taking a hard turn. Looked like she wanted to try and go to second base, but instead decides better of it. And it'll bring up Ashlyn Heck. The 1-out single from Alyssa Silva. So here's Heck. Silva in motion. Runner down to second base as she takes a stolen base. So Silva has a steal, but right now that run does not matter if you're Mission College. So as much as you'd like to get that second out, doesn't hurt you at the moment. Got to get the outs at the plate if you can. Here's Heck. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Ashlyn walked, struck out, flew out 0 for 2. Wind blowing from left to right now. And coming in, so the ball gonna be tough if you get in the air. This one hit on the ground towards the first baseman. Going to be a tough play. Heck sliding towards first, is in time at first base. A leg single for Ashlyn Heck. It'll put runners on the corners with 1 away here for Julia Fuentes. So a leg single for Heck as that ball pulled Villegas way off the first base bag. And Chris Hyland again coming out to talk to the field umpire here. And I almost feel like some of it was just a way to settle down the infield a little bit and get Samantha Flores to settle in, as now the Cougars with something cooking. 1 away runners on the corners, but you got to get 4 at the least here to get us back to an extra inning ball game. So here's Julia Fuentes, 0 for 3. Struck out twice, popped out to the pitcher. It's not had an answer for Samantha Flores so far here today. But now for your 3-hitter, a huge spot with runners on the corners. An extra base hit could potentially get you 2. As Heck certainly one that can score from first if the opportunity arises. Flores will deliver. Fuentes takes the pitch down. Heck stays put. Surprised she wasn't in motion on the first pitch. But again, don't want to run into outs here if you're COC. While staying aggressive at the same time. It's a fine line. Is this your last opportunity? You've got 2 outs left. It's a runner in motion this time. Throw down to second base. Not in time. Cougars are going to steal a run out of it as Heck safely into second. Silva safely to the plate. It's a double steal for a run for COC, and now you chase 3 with 1 away. So Silva, a pair of stolen bases. Heck, a stolen base. The Cougars get 1. As Fuentes fouls it away, makes it 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike here to Fuentes. Swings through a pitch down in the zone. Fuentes fouls this one off as she stays alive. It's timeout called. Sun is all of a sudden poked out. It's kind of fallen behind the mountain here behind us, but it's putting enough sun in the right side of the field that it's created some difficult viewing. You can see the right side of the infield splashed in sunshine right now, and both the first baseman and the second baseman, Villegas and Jimenez, come in to get glasses. So we'll go back for a 2-2 pitch. Again, Fuentes fights it off. Big spot here in a 2-2 count with 1 away in the 7th inning, a 3-run ball game. Flores delivers, ball down in the dirt. Heck had a huge jump. Had that ball squirted away from Alvarado at all, it would have moved Heck up to third, but good play from Cristobal Alvarado to keep her at bay. And the count now full with 1 away. Flores lifts this one, or Fuentes lifts this one in the air. It's deep back to left field, and that ball is gone. A 2-run home run for Julia Fuentes, and it's a 1-run ball game here in the 7th. Somehow got it up over the wind and out. A 2-run jack for Fuentes, her 2nd home run of the year. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-run ball game in the 7th inning. I wasn't sure on initial contact if that ball was going to leave, as there's so much wind blowing in from left field. Fuentes was a little out in front of it. Flores left it just up enough in the zone for her to knock it out of here. And now with Gigi Garcia representing the tying run, the Cougars are 1 swing away from extending the ball game. That pitch misses down. One ball, no strikes here. Cougars looking for a come-from-behind victory as Garcia hits this one out in the air to right field. That's going to get past the right fielder, Flores. Garcia rounding second base. She's on her way to third. She'll stay at third with a stand-up triple, and the Cougars have the tying run in scoring position. Second triple of the ball game for Gigi Garcia. Both of them down the right field line. Both of them past a diving Eliza Flores. And now the Cougars, with 1 swing of the bat, can tie the ball game. And with 1 swing of the bat, can end the ball game. As I believe that's going to end the day for Samantha Flores. We'll see a pitching change here. It's Dariana Dutok coming in. For her third appearance of the season, she's thrown 8 innings, has given up 7 hits, 4 runs, 1 of them earned. Walked 2 and struck out 3 as she'll try and close this one out. And now it's a 1-run ball game. You can partially close the book on Flores.
13 for 19. 13 for 19.
So the Cougars with 4 hits in the inning. They only had 4 hits in the ball game to this point. Now 8 hits in the ball game for Flores. She was good up until the 7th. 6 strikeouts in the ball game, 4 walks, 6 runs, all 6 of them so far earned. The 7th is out there waiting, as that's still her responsibility. As Dariana Duktak coming in for her 3rd appearance of the season, her 2nd time out of the bullpen. She's 0-2 this year. Asked to come in and try and close this one out. The sophomore out of Ramona Covent. She'll face Lily Bagot here first with the tying run at 3rd. Bagot singled, sacrificed, and flew out 1 for 2. Swinging the bat ties the game for COC. That pitch in for a called strike on the inside corner. Swing of the bat ties the game. Swing of the bat ends the game potentially. Bagot hasn't shown that pop so far this year. You'll take just the base hit with 1 away. Even a sacrifice fly deep enough in the outfield to score Garcia. As Bagot takes the pitch high. And you've got a dangerous hitter in Ali Melgar waiting on deck. Melgar this year has a couple of home runs and 9 runs batted in. Was the COC Student Athlete of the Week on the women's side a couple of weeks ago. Had 8 RBIs in the series as Bagot hits this one on the ground back to the pitcher. Duktak throws it to first for the out. Bagot moves doesn't move the runner ahead. And the Cougars down to their final out here. So 2 down, and here's Allison Melgar. And now the umpire is going to discuss something at first base. They'll keep it there. I think John Wismath thought maybe Villegas pulled her foot off the bag early. The base hit ties the ball game, sends us to extra innings. Duktak delivers. First pitch misses up. Take a ball to the screen if you want to. It's tough to score. It's a short porch behind the plate here at Whitten Field. Maybe something kicks off into a corner and you can get Garcia home if it does get back to the screen. As Melgar takes a strike on the inner half. Looked like it might have missed inside. Tough call to take, but strike nonetheless. That one misses down. Cougars with Shaylin Rambo in the on-deck circle. She came in to take over for Breanne Tall. In the 7th is here's Melgar waiting on the 1-2. This one hit up the middle. Diving and trying to make the play was Miller. Couldn't come up with it. It's an RBI single. The game tied at 7 here in the 7th as Melgar with an RBI hit. An RBI 2-out single for Melgar. The triple from Garcia comes around to score. And the Cougars have tied the game at 7 here in the 7th with 2 away on a 4-run 7th inning. And here's Shaylin Rambo trying to keep the inning going. Takes the first pitch down. Rambo this year, 2 for 7, 286 hitter. That one misses inside. Two down here. The Cougars with a 4-run rally here in the 7th. Rambo hits this one on the ground, stabbed by Stell. Throw over to first is in time to complete the out, but the Cougars with 4 in the 7th will send us to extras here from Whitten Field. A big inning for COC. And we aren't done. Bonus softball coming up for you here on the Cougar Sports Network. So we go to the 8th here. In extra innings, you start with a runner at second base. So you already have an advantage here with a runner at second base in this 8th inning. Put pressure on the pitchers. This one chopped towards short. It gets off the glove of Memory Munoz, who to this point has been real sharp at shortstop, but instead it'll put runners on the corners in the 8th for Mission College. As the runner now at third is Abby Curtis. Stell reaches to lead off here in the 8th inning on an error. Already the 4th error in the ball game on COC. And now Jasmine Villegas, who's got a pair of doubles, comes to the plate with a chance to try and put another run up for Mission College here in the 8th inning after that rousing 4-run 7th inning for COC. So a 10-second pitch violation, and it's a ball called against COC. So 1 ball and no strikes. Melgar in the hole. As this one fouled away, gets herself back to even at 1-1. So you're already in a tough spot with a runner in scoring position to start the 8th inning, but now you got 2 on. Runners on the corners. And it partially takes away some of COC's options now. If Mission can put up a big inning, things go completely right for Mission here to start. So we've discussed it. There's a lot of different strategies with that runner at second base. If you joined us for softball or baseball, even in extra innings this year too. Last year, A lot of people, we've seen it in the major leagues, you maybe bunt the runner over, you try and steal that run if you're the team that's up first. It actually almost gives the visiting team more of an advantage than typically you would see. Usually you want to, the home team has the advantage as they get to go second, get to see what happens, but when you've got the hammer as the visiting team and you start with a runner in scoring position, you can really make it tough. As Melgar behind 3-1 right now here to Villegas. There's a 3-1 pitch fouled away, so the count full with the runners on the corners. I talked about so 3-2 the count. This one chopped towards second base. The Cougars only going to get one as Ramirez is able to pick it up, but Mission pushes a run across. Now they're going to talk again. Chris Hyland going to ask to check with the umpire again. And now they've changed the call. So Villegas goes to first. It will take the out off the board. It'll put runners on first and second. It's an errant pickup, I believe, by Ramirez. So now the extra innings runner has scored. And with nobody out, Eliza Flores at the plate. 3 for 3. With a walk, has not scored today. So Mission gets a run, doesn't sacrifice an out. We talked about some of the strategy to it. Sometimes you've seen teams not try and opt for a big inning. Instead, sacrifice the runner immediately over to third and try and drive her in with either a base hit or a sacrifice fly. Mission goes the opposite route. They get a couple of errors on COC. So now they try and sacrifice with Flores, but she can't bunt the ball down and gets called for a strike. So after a 4-run 7th inning for COC, the extra inning runner and Abby Curtis scores. So that's the best way to put it. I don't know how else to put it. Extra innings runner. It's Flores down on strikes. What should have been the second out in the inning instead is only the first.
One out.
Second strikeout for Melgar. Here's Lisbeth Mora, 1 for 3 today. Singled, struck out, grounded into a fielder's choice. Runners at first and second here. This one misses outside away. If you're COC and Ali Melgar and you can limit this to a run, you give yourself a chance in the bottom half to at least get a tie. As you start the same way, you will start with Ali Melgar, though, out there at second base. Or actually, you'll start with Lily Baggott, who's got plenty of speed. That's right, Lily Baggott was the last out as Melgar comes across with a strike. So that'll actually help you out a little bit. You start a little bit of pace on the bases. One ball and one strike, the count here to Mora. Just joining us, you missed a dandy so far. This one popped up back of first, it'll be foul. Mission had 2 in the first, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 3 in the sixth. Had broken it out to a 7-3 lead, with Cougars with a 4-run 7th inning, thanks in part to a 2-run home run from Julia Fuentes, an RBI single from Allie Melgar. Tied the game, sent us to extras, where LA Mission College has scored the extra innings runner out at second base already. It's down on strikes is Flores. Back-to-back strikeouts for Melgar. And now here's Deja Rubio to the plate. Big strikeout for Melgar that time. Rubio 1 for 4 today. Singled, grounded into a fielder's choice, lined to short, and grounded back to the pitcher. Fouls the first pitch off the glove of Gigi Gonzalez and back, or Gigi Garcia, excuse me, and back to the screen. This one lifted in the air, out of play. So Melgar way ahead here. 0-2 to Rubio. Looking ahead to the bottom half of the 8th, the Cougars will send Valerie Ramirez, Memory Munoz, and Alyssa Silva to the plate. Actually, I'm sorry, the Cougars will not start with Lily Bagot. They'll start with Shaylin Rombo, who's got plenty of speed out there as well. As Melgar strikes out the side after a couple of errors on COC. A run across for Mission. We head to the home half of the 8th inning. The Cougars will put a runner at second base. Have a chance to try and extend us further when we come back.
The College of the Canyons Athletics Department is proud to announce the Hall of Fame class for 2023. This year's inductees include longtime women's basketball assistant coach Harlan Perlman, the 1986 state championship baseball team, the 1996 state runner-up women's basketball team, the 2007 state finalist women's volleyball team, and 2-time state champion track and field star Chris Lowe. Be there for all the excitement Wednesday, March 29th at 4:30 p.m. at the Santa Clarita Performing Arts Center. For more information, visit cocathletics.com or call 661-362-3491. Go Cougs!
So we'll go to the 8th here. Looks as though John Wismath going to make an adjustment.
2 for 20.
Michaela Paragas going to come in here, the sophomore out of Valencia High School. Shaylin Rambo standing out at second base. And the Cougars needing to push a run across. Paragas, a slap hitter off the left side. She'll hit for Ramirez, who was 0 for 2. As the bunt is down from Paragas, going to be a tough throw down in the dirt, but gets an out. But the Cougars will put a runner at third base already as Paragas does her job, a sacrifice bunt. And there's some of that strategy involved. So one away, and here's Memory Munoz, 0 for 3 today. Struck out, flew out, granted into a fielder's choice. But a base hit or a deep fly ball, anything into the outfield can score a rombo and get you tied back at 8 here in the 8th. That's some of the advantage when you do hold the opposition to 1 run as the home team, is you can opt to just try and pick up 1 and see if you can manufacture a larger inning out of it. You only need 2. So Munoz way ahead here against Duktak. 2 balls and no strikes. Munoz back in and ready. 2-0 pitch. Called for a strike at the letters. Alyssa Silva waits in the on-deck circle. As Munoz lines this one to right field. That'll get down for a base hit. Throw to first, not in time. As Munoz safe at first with an RBI single, and we're tied up at 8 here in the 8th. First hit of the day for Memory Munoz comes in a big spot. The extra inning runner scores, and now the Cougars with 1 away and a runner at first base can try and put this one in the books. With the top of the order, Alyssa Silva stepping in. Silva first pitch swinging, grounded toward short, throw to second, gets away out into right field. Munoz gonna try and move up to third. She is there, and the Cougars now with runners at the corners in the 8th inning after an error on Savannah Miller, and that brings Ashlyn Heck to the plate with 1 out and runners on the corners. So Silva reaches on the fielder's choice. Munoz down to third on the error. Chris Hyland comes out to talk to Dariana Duktak and the rest to the Mission College the LA Mission College infield right now. And now a deep fly ball completes what would be a pretty good comeback for COC, trailing 4 in the 7th. Tied up at 8 in the 8th, and perhaps your most dangerous hitter, I believe you would call her the MVP last year, your squad, in Ashlyn Heck, who had a big single in the 7th, now coming in. Takes the first pitch away. Taking second on defensive indifference is Alyssa Silva, as that run does not matter. The infield is in for Mission College. The outfield ridiculously shallow as they should be, as anything over their head scores a run. And it looks like they're just gonna maybe put Heck on and try and deal with Fuentes, put outs at every base, and gives themselves the ability to cut down the run. Pitch misses down in the dirt. So 3-0 here. As Heck takes an intentional walk. Call it intentional, and it'll be Julia Fuentes, who had the 2-run home run in the 7th inning. Got the Cougars back within 1. Comes to the plate with the bases loaded and 1 away. Mission can cut down the run at the plate here on a ground ball in the infield. Anything into the outfield could bring home the run, as Memory Munoz, who runs very well, sitting at third base. First pitch missed up. The runners at first and second don't matter at this point. It's just Memory Munoz at third and Julia Fuentes at the plate, facing Duktak. Fuentes takes his strike. Anna's even at 1-1. Base hit, deep fly ball. Get you there. She chops this one up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. And the Cougars take it in the 8th. 9-8 on a walk-off single from Julia Fuentes. So the Cougars get 4 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, a walk-off single from Julia Fuentes, and they'll take it 9-8 over LA Mission College. A come-from-behind victory for COC. They do it on 16 hits.
I'm not green.
So you look at the final scoreline for Mission College. 8 runs on 11 hits, 1 error, and they left 11 on base. For COC, 9 runs on 16 hits. They made 5 errors in the ball game. They left just 6 on base, very efficient. Allison Melgar will get the win and improved to 3-1 on the year. Dariana Duktak will get the loss, becomes 0-2 and has the blown save. The final game time in 8 innings. Final play of the ball game at 5:11 in the afternoon. 2 hours and 41 minutes the final time. The Cougars take it 9-8 in extra innings on a walk-off RBI single from Julia Fuentes. They improved to 6-1 on the year. And that'll do it for us here on the Cougar Sports Network. We thank you for joining us today. We hope to see you on Friday for men's basketball season finale against Santa Monica College. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night, everybody.